ends your program. So now, what difference you are seeing with this program and this program? One can say that the length of the program has been increased. So even though the length of the program has been increased, so whatever problems were there in this particular program is been resolved here. The first and foremost thing is, now as we were discussing, if we write any, for example, instead of multiplication, if I write here division symbol, okay, so carefully see division symbol. So but actually we need to perform multiplying. We have done division. What you will get the answer as? Answer instead of 200 you will get is 2. Is it 20 into 10 is 2? No, because we are telling 20 divided by 10. We are performing 20 divided by 10, but you wanted the output as 20 into 10. So now what we used to do, we used to see one by one. One by one we need to see. It has given me an output, but it is a wrong output. So what you do is you see one by one, where is that line which is giving you a problem. You encounter the problem here. It says that you have used, instead of division you have used uh, instead of multiplication you have used division, so a into b. Okay, so now we have corrected the errors. But look at, if the same program would have been 1,000 lines, we would have put a lot of effort to find out that particular line. But whereas when we see the same program here, now imagine, instead of this, you would have written divide here. That is, output is equal to a divided by b, and what you get is you get 2. Now when I see this error, I need not search this particular main at all. I need not search one by one at all. Where is the problem? Problem is in multiplying. Which is a function which deals with multiplying? It is mul. I'll straight away go to an mul function and correct this multiplication into division, because that line which is causing me an error is inside multiplication function. So this is the advantage. That means if you write the functions individually, the readability of the program is very easy, as well as debugging is also very easy. Okay, that is the first problem what we have seen there. And next, second problem what we have seen is, we can see here, look at this, we were repeating this particular line, the result is output, the result is percentage d output, thrice. Whichever operation we used to perform, that is addition, subtraction, or multiplication, all these lines were repeated for those operations. But coming back to this, we have written that line, we have written the same line, okay, and we have grouped that statement to a function called as result. Okay, so but we have not repeated this particular line thrice. Instead we have called that function 3 times. Instead of repeating that uh, statement thrice, we have written that statement in one function, and function is being called thrice. That means the repeatability of statements is avoided using the concept of functions. That means reusability is possible. That means functions written once can be reused multiple times, which avoids the duplication of code. Instead of I have not written 3 times result, I have written only 1 time result, and they have been called inside add function, inside multiplication function, as well as inside subtraction function. So that is also been resolved. So now let us go back to the definition of a function. What is a function? A function is a part of the program. So keep in your mind, your add is a function, your add is a function, your multiplication is a function, your subtraction is a function. So all these three are a function. Okay, all these three things are the function, and they are not a program, they are part of a program. Okay, now this add, multiplication, subtraction, they are all functions and they are part of the program. When I say part of the program, they should be part of main function. Okay, that was what is the thing. Can they, if you write only this, will they execute? Never, because your program can execute only whatever statement inside main has been executed. So your add is inside main, your multiplication is called inside main, and your subtraction is inside main. So if it is called inside the main, then only this set of statement will be executed. So that is what is the definition of the function. It says function is a part of a program which can perform one task or more tasks, but if it has to perform those tasks, it should be called from either the main function. Yes, where have you called this add, multiplication and subtraction? They have been called inside main function. And now you can see result is not called inside main function. All the result has been called inside add function, and add in turn has been called inside main function. So both add works as well as the function result will also works. So at last, at one point where you call this function should be main function. Okay, so function is part of the program. This main program can work independently, they can execute independently because it is a program, but a function cannot independently run. Why? Because if this function has to run, then this function has to be present inside add, should be present inside main function. Okay, so this is what is a program. So we will see the detailed concept of this particular function later part of your module. So now what I mean to say is what why we need exactly the function. So what we've seen right now is the use of functions. So first thing is, as I said, to improve the readability of code. It improves the readability of the code. Okay, second thing, what it does is readability, in the sense, instead of writing everything inside one set of statement like this, writing everything inside one main function, what we have written is we have splitted each task into different function. We have add, multiplication and subtract. So usually it's very easy to read the program. So if you want to read the program with respect to multiplication, you can go to the function multiplication. Instead of seeing addition, subtraction, everything, you can just straight away go into that function and see related to multiplication. If I want to see related to subtraction, I can just go to that function and just see what is the subtraction function does. So readability of the code is obviously improving. Next, as I said, improves the reusability of the code. That means same function can be used in any program rather than writing the same code from scratch. So if imagine that if this line is, this result function is not there, if this result function would have been not there, then what happens is whatever you have written inside that result, what is that, the result is equal to percentage the res, would have been written thrice. You will write this three times, you would have written the same statement. So that means write the code once, okay, write the function once and use them multiple times. So reusability is possible using the concepts of function. So you need not write again and again the same code. Debugging of the code is easier. As I said, whenever you get any errors with respect to any of these functions, you need not go and see entire program. You should just go to the particular function. That means multiplication has a problem, you go to multiplication and resolve the issues. Okay, if subtraction has a problem, you go to the subtraction function and resolve the issues. And next, reduces the size of the code. Okay, that means reduces the size of the code means, see, obviously the first programs is much simple, having much lesser lines compared to the second program. But the second program advantage is, he says, how does it reduces the lines of the code? Only by removing the duplicate set of statements. That means whatever set of statements we have repeated here thrice, all these things has been written only once. So you can see that it has been written only once. So that means it reduces the lines of the code by removing the duplication statements. Okay, duplicate statements. So this is why we require the functions. Okay, so this is why we need a function. Now I hope you have understood what is a function, what is the difference between a function and a program, and you have seen a program without function and with function. And with that example, we have also understood what help does a function brings to a program. So this is why we need a function in C.